Hi, today is a fantastic day. I would love to talk about doing AI for music on NVIDIA hardware. But before I talk about something that really excites me, like really excites me and makes me very happy, please be so kind, subscribe to this channel, push the button. Please also like this video. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment sections. If you would like to provide any feedback, please do so as well. Why am I so happy today? The last couple of weeks, I was blessed. So I'm very thankful, eternally grateful that NVIDIA has provided me with a DGX-2. So DGX-2 is one of the many powerhouses that they provide. You know me, I do a lot of deep learning, and in order to do a lot of deep learning, you need GPU compute. And well, GPU compute is something that could turn out to be very expensive, but still very necessary. So I'm so thankful that I got this DGX2. And DGX2, fantastic. It's old, but gold. I mean, come on, old. It's not really old. It was released in 2018. It is strong, like really strong. It has 16 Tesla V100, so graphic cards, which we always need, and in some 512 gigabytes of GPU memory. And I don't have to mention everything that lives beyond there, like strong CPU, also a lot of system memory, so many things that you actually need for the data pre-processing and also for the deep learning part. But well, for deep learning, you need the GPUs. And it just works. And that's the beauty. It just works. I mean, I have certain demands. I would like to prepare some data, then push the data and some training scripts somewhere else. I don't do deep learning training locally, so always cloud or somewhere else. And then push the button, press play on tape, wait until the neural network losses converge, and then download everything to my machine and do some testing. With NVIDIA DGX2, the same thing. And I have to tell you, I'm positively accustomed to that. So every time I worked with anything that NVIDIA has provided and did a lot of experiments. I mean, I used the NVIDIA Jets Nano, I used the Docker containers on AWS, and I also had access to a DGX station, and now I'm working with DGX2. It's always a streamlined experience. So for me, working with the DGX2 is that I have everything on my local computer, everything is prepared. I push it to the DGX2. I spin up a Docker container that is also provided by NVIDIA. So it's very easy. So I just have to wait until the Docker container is downloaded, and then it works like a charm. I press play on tape. Then I leave the instance and monitor my training somewhere else, maybe weights and biases, or just TensorBoard, and makes me all very happy. And once training is done, download everything to my machine, and then I'm very happy. And that's the beauty. Again, it just works. You push it, you train, and you get all the results back with a very flawless experience. So really straightforward, very streamlined. So great work, NVIDIA. And well, another thing, what did I do with this compute? Let me tell you just quickly the story behind all my work. So last year was the first time when I actually had enough power to train GPT-2 on heavy metal music. It's a story I always tell. I trained this transformer on 7,000 heavy metal songs. Turned out that this neural network that I've trained then was very stable, very inspiring, very creative, and I used it to compose 3 albums. So again, please, if you're interested, check out Hexagon Machine, available on all streaming platforms. Also published by Dance Macabre Records here in Germany, so it's on a label. Have some fun with that. And while I was doing this composing work and also thinking like what to do next, I realized that it would make sense to go broad when it comes to the data sets. 7,000 MIDI songs of heavy metal music. That's quite a lot. I mean, it would take some time to listen to that. 7,000 songs. That's a lot. But on the other hand side, for deep neural network, that's nothing. I mean, the large language models, they are trained on 500 gigabytes of data. So this is 7,000 songs, nothing. There are datasets available, MIDI datasets that range from a few 10,000s up to 175,000 MIDI files. And also, I think recently there was a release of an even bigger dataset, still below 1 million. I think it's a 250,000, maybe a little bit more MIDI files. Still way to go. So my idea was, why not train the neural network that I used already on way more data? So I spent some time implementing the dataset preparation, pre-processing, which means taking the MIDI files and then map them to something that GPT could understand. I built a tiny little pyramid where I can just throw in all the data that I have, and then this data gets mapped to text files. Also, a tiny little, almost neglectable training script. And well, once I was ready, I got this notification from NVIDIA that they would want to help me with all these experiments. So I took all the data and put it into the DGX station. I trained the heavy metal model again. So, sorry, getting really excited here. And then I trained one model on 150,000 MIDI files. And I tell you, having a powerhouse like the DGX-2 really makes a difference because you can do short and quick iterations. The music model, a heavy metal model that I have trained last year for 4 days, now converges on this machine to a very, very good state in just a few hours, maybe 1 or 2 hours, and I already have something that works. Pushing it to a state where it starts overfitting, it's a matter, I think, of 1 day. Like really, you get a strong model after 1 day. Training a neural network on 150,000 samples, so 150,000 MIDI files, it's, well, way more samples because I split those MIDI files, just a side note. It takes maybe 1 day to get a neural network that already does the trick. It already composes music. It does a couple of errors, not so many. It's surprisingly stable. And then I trained it for 7 days, and well, again, flawless experience, and I got a neural network that really, really works like a charm. So you can do really, really quick iterations, doing experiments with a lot of data sets. And this is actually now a positive stress that I have right now because there's so many experiments I would love to do, and I now have the power to do that. So again, thank you very much, NVIDIA, for giving me access to this powerhouse. So in a nutshell, GPU compute, very, very important to get. So many ways that you can do on-premise, DGX stations, DGX-2, and all the other great things that NVIDIA offers to you. I'm very thankful that I can work with such a machine, and I see that it really, really makes a difference because you get results in no time. For creative AI, definitely a step in the right direction. More than promising, because immediate results makes me very happy. And again, I'm positively stressed out because there's still so many experiments that I'd like to do. So I will be busy this year. So thanks for your support, NVIDIA, and for everyone out there. Please check out everything that they have made available for you. You will have a lot of fun. Thank you very much.